Hello everybody and welcome to the highlights of the third test match here in Colombo between Sri Lanka and Australia. Sri Lanka have already won the first two test matches in this series. For this one, it's all about Australia taking out some pride. Can they get back into the series and maybe win a test match? Let's have a look at the two teams. Just the one change for Sri Lanka. Lakmal comes in and Fernando misses out. Two changes for Australia because they've had to make some changes. Shaun Marsh comes into the side. He is opening the batting. And Moses Enriques comes into the side. Joe Burns and Khawaja will miss out. All set for the first ball here in Colombo. Let's hand you over to our commentators. It is Russell Arnold with him, Alan Border.
With the first ball, right on the money. Decent crowd in. Edge gone. White ball once again. Kaushal Silva obliges. We've seen that dismissal time and time again.
Yes, full and wide. Probably a little concerned about the ball that was coming back into him as the right-hander. This one just drifting away, and that was a very wide delivery, wide and full. And Stephen Smith takes a very comfortable catch at second slip. Stark celebrates. He's been the tormentor on so many occasions. Silva hasn't troubled the scorers, and now Sri Lanka 2 for 1.
There was a sound. There certainly was a sound.
Was a sound, but if you're not really sure, you don't want to go for a review at this situation. I don't think Mitchell Starc was interested in this. Quick look, I think that's just caught the pad, no problems.
On the up. Take that, says Kusal Pereira.
That's the sort of player this fella is. Plays his shots regardless of the situation of the game. Doesn't matter who's bowling. That was not a half volley, just hit on the up and well placed. Powerful strike with the ball and straight down the ground. Great shot.
It's not taken him long to figure out that that ball's not having any shape towards the slips. So it's about hitting through the line.
Use of the feet from Kaushal Pereira there, just walking down the pitch and forcing that out to deep cover. David Warner's out there, but he can't prevent the boundary. So a third four for Kaushal Pereira at the end of the over. It's 18 for 1. Nathan Lyon, in fact, out there on the boundary. Oh, well bowled. Very well bowled from Nathan Lyon. Just drawing Kaushal Pereira forward, the ball turning, catching the outside edge, and a smart catch at slip by the captain. Lyon strikes, Sri Lanka are 2 down.
And that's the way that Nathan Lyon should bowl. He looks so good when he gets the ball up there, he flights it and it turns. Thought he'd just been a little bit too quick through the air, but that's the way he likes to take his wickets against the left-handers. Very similar to his first ever test wicket here in Sri Lanka. Big blow for Sri Lanka. Pereira goes for 16, 21 for 2.
Got him. Fifth time. Fifth time he's picked up Dimuth Karunaratne. Looking for that expansive drive. Falls.
Well, Sri Lanka have lost 3 wickets in the space of the first hour and a little bit. Dimuth Karunaratne and Kaushal Silva been persisted. That ball just a little bit inward, inside edge onto the stumps. And Mitchell Starc certainly enjoying that wicket. Sri Lanka in dire straits at this moment. 23 for 3. Karunaratne goes for 7.
Top edge. Taken. That's the 4th one. Got the sweep out and a well-judged catch in the deep by Mitchell Starc.
He's bowled it much, much quicker. And Angelo Matthews attempting the sweep shot. Great catch. The big fast bowler had to run in top edge. But Sri Lanka should be kicking themselves. Matthews using this shot, very effective. Bit of bounce, bit of turn. That's what gave that top edge, but look at that catch. Great catch, running forward, falling as he took it. Two-handed, he's delighted. Big wicket for Australia.
Joe Matthews out for one. Sri Lanka in trouble, 24 for 4.
His persistent line and length has been good, and he's bowled at top pace.
Edge, that's 5. Sri Lanka 5 down. Beautiful line bowling from Mitchell Starc, and that carried easily.
That's been his strength. Mitchell Starc is looking to pitch the ball up, looking to take it away from the right-hander, just a little bit away from him. And rather loose drive by Kusal Mendis, a simple chance to Stephen Smith, the captain. So half of the side gone for Sri Lanka, even before lunch. Gone for 1. Sri Lanka now 26 for 5.
The two batsmen instinctively, but going after anything is not the way. Just be patient just a wee bit, Roshan.
So I did not say go after anything. You got to understand that.
But
No,
go after loose balls though.
Exactly
That
right.
was there to be hit.
Exactly right. That's what I meant. Go after things like that.
It's been a while since a boundary was scored. Slightly short, and Dhananjaya de Silva transfers his weight quickly.
This is what I like about Dhananjaya Silva. Just gets on with it, irrespective of the situation.
Brilliantly bowled, taken and given. But Dhananjaya de Silva wants to go upstairs. He had no hesitation when he looked up and he saw that umpire Ravi had given him out. He quickly signaled that he wants to take the review. But brilliant take. Sean Marsh coming in for this game. Good reactions at short leg.
Went upstairs straight away, Dhananjaya Silva.
Oh, missed it by far. That's why he had no hesitation. It changes direction after it hits him in the ribs. So not off the glove, if at all. Was there an inside edge onto the top of the pad? That's what the umpire will want to have a look at. So the split screen says that when the ball still not arrived on one screen, on the right and on the left, it's gone past the edge.
This is a question for LBW, and that's missing by quite a distance. So that's why umpire Ravi never even considered that for LBW. There was bounce and missing the leg stump. So Dhananjaya Silva is fine. Good review.
Pulled away, beautiful shot. No real pace in this pitch for Hazlewood. And De Silva doesn't make that mistake.
Australians had 2 men in the deep earlier, but on this occasion, ball just sitting up and asking to be hit away. Aggressive play, counter-attacking from De Silva, and very well struck. That is a very good pull shot. Kept it down, raced away.
How did that miss? Pushed through a little bit quicker from Nathan Lyon. Chandimal just going back. We should have gone forward. Skidded through, hit the leather. Oh, just wide. Just wide of Stephen Smith. It was a good effort and well bowled from Holland. It's costing 4 runs. But encouraging signs. The wicket just turning there nicely in the 50 up for Sri Lanka.
Very close. Needed the gully. Stephen Smith, valiant effort, but got enough bat on it. Races away. John Holland, the unlucky bowler. But that'll be in the batsman's mind. He got away with one there.
First runs after lunch, and it's a boundary. An outside edge for Chandimal. He moves to double figures. That one going all the way along the ground.
Finding the outside edge. Stark again bowling that length, the full length delivery. Very little movement of that front foot by Chandimal, but hardly any movement. Ball finding the outside edge. Good pressure bowling by Australia.
Telltale sign there that he wasn't quite in position to play that shot was the fact that after he'd actually made contact with the ball, there was another little adjustment with that front foot. Quite balanced. Upish and dropped. Really difficult chance. Mitch Marsh in the gully. Frustrated that he couldn't hang on. Successive boundaries for Chandimal. It's the end of the over. Sri Lanka 63 for 5. Oh, that's delightful. It really is. Beautiful wrist work by Dhananjaya de Silva. It's his 6th 4 and it brings up the 50 stand. It's a lovely shot.
He looks in very fine nick. He's had no issues with the Australian bowling. Just got into good position. Gets into a good solid position just before the bowler delivers. And that was on his pads.
Well, that's extravagant from Dhananjaya de Silva. Over extra cover. That's his half century. His first 50 in Test match cricket with his 8th 4. A pat on the head from vice-captain Dinesh Chandimal. But that's a really important innings, a high-quality innings too, and a remarkable way to bring up the landmark.
Tremendous knock from this young fella. Adventurous shot, shows his state of mind. He's a very aggressive player.
Big shout for LBW. Not out, says umpire S. Ravi. Steve Smith asking Mitchell Marsh and Peter Neville, should they go upstairs? Was there a little nick on it, I wonder? Well, Steve Smith decides it's time for the review. I have to say, with the naked eye, that looked a very good shout.
It's a good shout, and I think if it was given out, it'd remain out, but I'm just not sure whether the full ball is going to hit half the stump. That's the problem for the Australians here, given the decision has been not out. Maybe going on to hit that leg stump, but is it going to hit enough of it? Yes, it never felt 100% right to me, particularly once it's given not out. I don't know whether the Australians have used their reviews as smart as they could be.
Breeze blowing across the ground will help the left arm spinners drift into the right-hander. Is that out?
How is that?
Ricocheted off Sean Marsh, back to Holland. Now, did it hit Marsh on the full? The umpires aren't sure. I suspect we're going to go upstairs here. Let's keep an eye out for the soft signal of the umpires as well. Chris Gaffney, if we do go upstairs, does he think this is out?
No problem with the front foot. My God, what's going on out there?
Oh my goodness.
Gee, Roshan.
Oh my goodness.
Nearly done an incredible thing for Australian cricket there. Did that hit the back leg? I thought there might have been a shot for LBW there. Well, your Sri Lankan supporters would be... Oh, it's an outside edge. Drop. Drop.
He's provoked an aggressive response from Dhananjaya de Silva. That's a good shot, hitting out of the footmarks against the spin. And he finds the boundary. That's his 12th 4, and he's up to 88.
Yeah, very good shot. but also well bowled. I get the feeling Smith will just leave one out there. No, he's still going to keep the field the same, so encouraging that type of shot.
Oh, that's beautifully played. Dhananjaya de Silva moves into the 90s. It was quite full in length, but still he managed to steer it down to third man. And that's now the highest 6th wicket partnership for Sri Lanka against Australia.
Across the seam there from Mitch Marsh. They hurt, those type of shots, because there are absolutely no effort for just 4 runs.
They're asking the question. They're very, very confident. Amparavi is not interested. Well, the Australians, they don't have any reviews to start with.
Too much turn for me. Really turn and bounced. So maybe under the knee roll, but you'd be guessing the umpire on that occasion.
That's his 50. What an outstanding effort. First time number 6 and number 7 have both scored a 50 in the same innings for Sri Lanka versus Australia. Yet another milestone for them. Sri Lanka 179 for 5. That's it. That's his 100. What a big moment. He does it with style. And the Sri Lankan Executive Committee, the Sri Lankan Cricket Executive Committee standing to him. Well, they're all delighted, and a dream come true for Dhananjaya de Silva. His teammates stand to him. And what an innings. What an innings from Dhananjaya de Silva. Outstanding, coming in at 5 down for 26. And he's still there on a magnificent 103 not out, a partnership of 158. And he's not pulled Sri Lanka out of trouble, but he's certainly got them out of troubled waters.
Oh, definitely. And what a good shot to bring it up. Bit of a gift from Stephen Smith, the field up. But well done, young man.
Upesh and dropped. That's the breakthrough they wanted. In and out. The second new ball, very, very nearly giving Australia what they wanted. Sean Marsh, the fieldsman, should be disappointed with that.
Yeah, I don't think this was too difficult. Might have been well struck, but straight to the man at short cover had been placed there, and fumbles. How costly will that be?
That's the 200 partnership. Only the second time that Sri Lanka have had a 200 partnership for any wicket against Australia. The other one, Asanka Gurusinghe and Arjuna Ranatunga, on this ground in 1992 for the 4th wicket when they added 230.
Down the wicket, that's 4. Beautifully hit. Wasn't too far away from Nathan Lyon, but it was the power and the strength of that shot.
Well, in this over, the bugle seems to have sounded. First of all, that attempted crashing shot off the back foot, which wasn't timed. This most assuredly was.
Out. Beautiful bowling. Good length, brought the batsman forward, and a good sharp catch from Sean Marsh.
Dhananjaya de Silva's innings ends. It's been a cracker.
Beautiful bowling. That's where he's got to stay. That's the area. There's a lot of rough outside the off stump. Creating more opportunities this morning was, I think he's got his length right. See the rough there. That's where he's got to be aiming. And if Chandimal comes down and hits him over mid-off or straight, then so be it. Got to take that risk for Nathan Lyon. He's got to get that ball right up there.
Oh, that's remarkable. That really is. It's gone all the way for 6. Well, if the ball is turning and he's struggling just pushing forward. Chandimal's response is an emphatic one.
Well, it's the modern cricketer now. The 2020 game is certainly weaving its way into Test match cricket. And that was just a beautiful shot. Stephen Smith was ready for the catch, but good luck getting hold of that.
Oh, that's lovely from Dilruwan Pereira. It's just about the best shot we've seen in the match, I think. An absolutely classic cover drive.
Yeah, he's a good batsman. Really, really good. It's a bit like de Silva. You know, he's well organised, he's got good technique. Just leans into the ball. Look at that, the high elbow as well.
Inside out, Nathan Lyon picks up a simple one. Dilruwan Pereira trying to go over the top, trying to hit the top of extra cover. Finds Nathan Lyon at long on, and it's the first wicket in the Test match for John Holland.
Dilruwan Pereira just looking to come down the pitch and looking more towards extra cover. But he knew it straight away that he's found his man at long off. Quite a simple chance in the end. Good catch by Nathan Lyon. And Australia has got another one this morning. Dilruwan Pereira. That picture tells the story. He was aiming more at extra cover. Gone for 16. Sri Lanka 267 for 7.
And there it is. A wonderful 100 for Dinesh Chandimal. His first against Australia. His 7th in his career. And what a pace to bring it up to. Wonderful batting. He's been patient. He's taken this opportunity. Gets good support from everyone here at the ground. Certainly the players and the officials of Sri Lankan cricket stand in appreciation. Out! Is that an outside edge or dropped? It just dollied to Stephen Smith. He's an exceptional fielder. This will be one of the easier ones that he's dropped. It went so slow to him. John Holland's bowled well. He's done everything.
It's a lovely shot through extra cover. No sign of tiredness there from Chandimal. Drills it all the way along the ground. Wendy over with a boundary. 307 for 7. Edged and dropped. Steve Smith dropped a catch before lunch when he put down Chandimal, and now he's put down Rangana Herath.
This again, is it the positioning? Are they too deep? The ball really doesn't. Oh, it carried very, very standard height. Bad miss.
Taking that on, beautifully struck. So the run rate starting to creep up for Sri Lanka. They've decided that they want to get on with it.
Angled into the right-hander. Yep, that's what I'd like to see. Let's get on with it. Let's show some intent. Let's stay positive. Very good from Dinesh Chandimal.
No change in the field. Oh, it's an inside edge. Let's see if he got anything on it. And looks like he got a bit of bat or glove on it.
Don't mind that. It's the runs the Sri Lanka needs to focus on. That came back quite a bit. Cut him in half. Highest 8-wicket partnership versus Australia. So the runs begin to pile, and when these type of things happen, it adds to the frustration.
And we've actually had a change here with Herath has just retired hurt. He copped a nasty blow before the drinks break. And he's been replaced out there by Lakmal.
Yes, and I think that's Suranga Lakmal. He's replaced Herath, and the Sri Lankans certainly would want to have Herath looked into, because he's going to be such an important person in the Sri Lankan bowling armory. That's gone.
And that's edged and taken. Very good bowling and excellent catch. Peter Neville does a great job there as a wicketkeeper. It's a very full delivery and using that reverse swing and the end of a fantastic knock from Chandimal, congratulated by his partner at the other end, Lamhaat, and warm applause from this appreciative crowd. Flicked on the onside. What a good shot that is. In the air for a period, but no fielders out there, and that's run away. Boundary 4.
What a fine shot that was. Certainly would be something a top order batsman would like. 355.8.
Stark continues in the air and taken by Mitchell Marsh at gully, and Mitchell Stark has 5.
Very fine effort by Stark, and that probably finishes the Sri Lankan innings with Herath not ready to bat. Let's look at that last dismissal again. Just came hard on him and a simple catch in the gully.
So with that wicket, Mitchell Stark takes his 3rd consecutive 5-wicket haul in conditions that aren't really suitable. He gets the really good return, 5 for 63 in his 26th over. So he is the go-to man for the Australians. And we have a look at that batting card. Horrible start, 5 for 26, and then that dominant partnership between Chandimal and De Silva, both batted quite superbly. Resolute defence with some excellent attacking play, and little cameos from the tail, Pereira and Herath. Good little partnerships from them to get that total up to 355.
And there you are, the bright spark in the Australian camp. Stark with that 5 for 63, bowled tirelessly. And of course, Lyon had his share of 3 wickets. Holland bowled adequately well, kept in tight, 1 for 69 in 37. That's a good effort.
Dilaram Pereira, the off-spin, will open the bowling for Sri Lanka. Bull toss. Put away. Might have gone over, but does. That'll help. Can't say it was a lot of turn in the pitch yet.
I like that, PJ. Didn't see much of the head either. But then this is the approach Warner's going to take. He's going to take on the Sri Lankan spinners. He's going to go after them. Just not going to allow them to settle down. Kaushal Pereira keeping wickets for Sri Lanka.
Down the wicket and stumped. He's standing there, David Warner. Or was he caught behind? Either way, the first one goes down. It looked like he went out early, David Warner, and De Silva saw him.
Well, Dhananjaya de Silva can't do anything wrong. He's got 100 and he's got the wicket Sri Lanka wanted just before tea, and the wicket of the danger man. Warner, yes, good catch. Very good catch off the bottom edge. Good sharp catch by Kaushal Pereira, no doubt about it. So big wicket for Sri Lanka. David Warner goes, he's disappointed. Australia 21 for 1, Warner out for 11. Can certainly make runs. Oh, that one! He just played down the wrong line, I thought.
It's beautifully bowled. It just drifted in. Go to a break and we'll have a look at the other side. 23 for 1.
Oh, chance. This could be tight. Bowler's end. Needed a direct hit. Opportunity. Mendy's got a hand to it. And then Karunaratne needed a direct hit, or needed more power behind that throw.
A lovely shot by Stephen Smith. A 6 to him.
Beautifully timed. And to keep him quick feet down the wicket, got to the pitch.
Pereira to continue. Edged and just short of Angelo Matthews. He can't be much closer there at slip.
I thought that was pretty well played from Marsh. Really well bowled. Found the outside edge, but he was able to edge that ball down. Yeah, he played away from it, but he actually went with it.
Oh, is that out? No. Tumbling across the pitch. That's Kaushal Silva. We called them in the last test the Venus flytrap. Those guys around the bat, and very nearly they got another victim. That was off the face of the bat, I think.
Do I reckon he was jumping in front of the bat before it actually hit the bat? Oh, he went right and he got to it as well. He was going to the right. That's through the offside. Good shot from Stephen Smith. That'll get to the rope. But the drop catch was an illustration of how Stephen Smith's playing. He likes to get the bat out in front as well, and that can happen. You don't get it there at the right time. You're sort of moving the bat forward when the ball's hitting it, which puts it in the air.
Lovely shot. That's a beautiful drive. And that's his half century. Just manufactured a shot, hit it against whatever turn it had. Don't forget Dilruwan Pereira is an off spinner. It's not easy to drive against the spin.
Yes, tremendous shot from Steve Smith. Just slightly over pitch. It was tossed up. Stephen Smith, good stride in. Ball did turn, but Stephen Smith's obviously seeing the ball well now. He's been out there for a long time. And that's a very well compiled 50.
David Warner, yes. And a nicely played shot through the onside. 50 for Shaun Marsh.
Well, 50s like London buses for Australia in this series. Just one in the previous two test matches, and now two have come along in very short order indeed. Well played, Shaun Marsh. Back into the side and taking full advantage of his inclusion.
Following up on his 182. Gets the sweep, gets it away. Bottom edge runs away. Well, I'm not sure whether he got an edge, but he's got to 100. His fourth test 100, second against Sri Lanka, second in consecutive innings. It's been a top knock. Australia needed someone to stand up. It's been Shaun Marsh.
Outstanding. Outstanding is the word. He wasn't sure whether he had touched it because the celebration came out only when the umpire gave the signal that it was off the bat. Until then, he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure whether to celebrate or not. Had to wait for the umpire to confirm that it had some bat. But anyway, well played, Shaun Marsh. Brilliant innings. 215 for one. His fourth test 100. And what a relief for the Australian Open. Another look at that. Definitely wasn't sure. There's no celebration here, so he wasn't sure. But this is what happened when the umpire confirmed it was off the bat.
Relief. Joy.
And there it is for Stephen Smith, a wonderful 100. It's his first one against Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. It's 15th in his career, and just what the captain ordered. That's his 7th as skipper.
Tremendous innings from the Australian captain. He's been very positive from the outset, positive in defence, positive in attack. That is a very good 100 under difficult circumstances. And this is a typical shot throughout this innings. Just good use of the feet, hitting the ball with the spin in the gap. And well appreciated by his teammates.
It's down the ground and beautifully played. Wonderful strike. Lucknow got a hand on one of them, but this one he doesn't.
Slip BJ. Probably long off the way Shaun Marsh is hitting it.
Yeah. Well, that was just a half volley. You know, it was a pitched up delivery and he's just smacked it down the ground. He's going to hit that there all the time. Still think with this new ball on the angle there as well. He's played a couple of Sean Marsh, but that's a half volley.
It's the thought process that actually gets you through.
Straight through, played on, exactly what they needed. It comes to an end, Sean Marsh's fine innings, but it was Lucknow that's broken this massive partnership. Sean Marsh shakes his head, who's looking to let it go, and it just came off the inside edge.
Had to hit the stumps, the catches were not being taken. Bowling that corridor. Sean Marsh a little late in deciding that he was going to let it through, and you can understand that. Out there for over 14.5 hours, not only with bats, he's been in the field as well. Opened the batting, been a top quality knock. Australia really needed it. Marsh 430, Australia 267 for 2.
Oh, beautifully bowled from Lucknow. It'll cost him 4 runs, but the intention was certainly right. Adam Voges off the mark. 275 for 2. Beautifully bowled. Was there a movement on the back foot? That's why they're going upstairs. Sundar and Ravi, the square leg umpires, going, yep, I need to check it.
Yeah, there was a jerk. They look very confident. Not Herath, he's got no clue. He's at the other end. But Ravi didn't waste any time going upstairs either. Good work from Kaushal Pereira behind the stumps. Chandimal hasn't taken the gloves in this innings. The harder ball, Herath into the attack. Yes, it was the right move to bring him back in. Yes, it's gone out. Very close. Umpire Arnold reckons that's out. Is there anything behind the line?
Gee, I think that's out as well. I think because on the line is out. You need to have something behind the line. That's the key when the bails go off. Bails go off. I think he's in trouble. I think he's in big trouble.
Umpire Julian agrees. But umpire Kettleborough, his decision is what matters.
Well, you have to look at the time of the bail being lifted from the stump. Can't quite see there, but definitely the bail was up there, so I think he's out.
And Steve Smith has to make the long walk back. It's been a brilliant knock. 246-run partnership was broken, and 8 runs later, Steven Smith stumped by Kaushal Pereira. Good work by him. 119 the skipper's made. 275 for 3.
Oh, goodness me, how has that missed the stumps? I don't know, and I don't think any of the Sri Lankans do either.
Wow. Amazing. As soon as you start playing back, you get yourself in trouble. A little inside edge, and that must have been oh so close to that leg stump, down through the legs, and just misses that leg stump. So there's the message there, Moses. Get yourself on the front foot.
Oh, well bowled, and an appeal for a stumping. Umpire Ravi says we'll go upstairs.
Surely it can't happen again. Batting in the crease, and just a good delivery from Herath, beating the outside edge, but is the back foot anchored behind the line? It's a good stretch forward, and he's just drifted outside, and that's gone, I'm afraid. Brilliant piece of work from the wicky there. Kaushal Pereira, outstanding work from him, and confirmation. Enriques has got to go, and again, great work from Herath and Pereira.
Moses Enriques' test comeback, at least for now, as a batsman, comes to an end for a brief stay at the crease. Enriques out for 4. Australia just tottering a little bit. 283 for 4 now. Good shot by Mitch Marsh, bringing out the sweep and bringing it out very effectively indeed.
Slightly straying in line outside the leg stump, and Mitchell Marsh, powerful striker. There's no men down there, so comfortably away.
Interesting. Rangana Herath has got a silly mid off. It's a little bit deeper than usual. Big shout for LBW. Did it straighten enough? Chris Gaffney says he doesn't think so. They're considering a review, the Sri Lankans.
10 seconds.
They've got 2 reviews at their disposal, and they're going to take one of them here.
Well, gut feel is this is going to hit leg stump. Is it going to hit enough of leg stump is the question.
Herath slider. Some of these Australian batsmen will be having nightmares about it. No problem with it being legal delivery. Hit on the shin. Now if it's clipping leg stump, we'll stay with the decision. If it's hitting leg stump, then it'll be overturned. We're also checking here Richard Kettleborough, the third umpire, who's in the chair, determining whether there's a little bit of an inside edge there. Doesn't look as though there is. Here we go. Point of impact inside the leg stump, and it's clipping leg rather than hitting it. So we're going to stay with the umpire's decision. Mitchell Marsh survives by a whisker.
Was it dropped? Certainly looks like it by the reaction of the fielders. It was a sharp chance. And might have been a let off for Mitch Marsh. 300 for 4. Last ball, the last over. Look at that. Good height. It went very fast, though. It always looks easy in slow motion, but what an opportunity that would have been. Very good effort.
I think credit to him, he had it in his hand and then it popped out. In fact, it hit his hand. He was down quickly.
Well, bowled. Wasn't sure Mitch Marsh, he didn't really need to play it at all. But in the back of his mind, he's padded up to once before being given out with the DRS. So Voges, I should say.
That's a wrong one. That's a rare wrong one he's bowled. He's attempted 2 in this over. 1 has come off well. Generally bowled his stock ball that spins back. They're asking the question. They're very confident. I think it was outside the line. Wicketkeeper went up. He was very, very confident, but it was clearly outside the off stump. Angelo Matthews tends to hit that. And I think that was outside the off stump, so they wouldn't refer it. 303 for 4.
Giving the batsman plenty of time to see that ball. Time to think about it.
And hopefully the Australian spinners are watching this as well.
Given. Chris Gaffney puts his finger up for that appeal from the Sri Lankans.
10 seconds.
10 seconds is the call. There's a time limit for Adam Voges to decide that he's going upstairs, but he doesn't. Hit him on the back leg, I would say. Right in front, straighten down the line. Big wicket, straight after tee.
Yes, we'll have a look at the replay, but I just think tactically, I think Adam Voges probably should have referred that. It's the 5th wicket to go down. There's Peter Neville in the tail, but probably going on to hit the stump. Yes, I think that's confirmation there. But just tactically, you've got 2 up your sleeve just to see what happens.
Very good decision from umpire Chris Gaffney. Brilliant start to the Sri Lankans. Adam Voges out for 22. LBW to Herath. It's 316 for 5. Well, if you get balls like that, you don't need to change gears. It'll happen naturally.
Yeah, I think he's a natural striker of the ball. So when you get given nice, juicy half volleys, you'll hit them hard. I don't think there's any need to change too much about how he's been playing. Peter Neville is quite an accomplished player himself, so don't need to change too much as far as knocking it around and changing strike, getting up the other end. But once the tail comes in, yes, that might change things.
He's been one of the players that has continually got a start. Just needs to probably kick on and go past that. Uppishly, and it's enough. Bit of extra bounce and energy from Lamhaat. It was pretty well bowled. In the end, it was well bowled and well played by Mitch Marsh, just riding out the bounce, but it could have gone anywhere.
They've just come back into him off the seam as well. Stood up a little bit and perfectly finding the gap between slip and gully.
This is the one thing with the seam bowlers on this type of wicket. You know you're not going to bowl a lot of overs. So the captain will say, listen, I want you to give me 4 overs and you just go for broke. And you hit the deck hard on these sort of loose wickets day 3. It can go through the top sometimes.
Slip has moved to a floating slip position now. Oh, that's uppish as well. Well timed though. Down the ground for 4. Successive boundaries for Mitch Marsh.
Well, he's a strong guy. He's hit this really well. That's on the up. Stopped his shot.
Oh, well bowled. That's out. The ball skidding on. Neville playing for turn. He's going to ask Mitchell Marsh if he should refer it, and he's decided yes. They've got 2 reviews left, Australia.
Beautifully bowled. It just straightened up nicely, didn't it? And Pete Neville just missed it. It really played inside the line of the ball. No balls. That's not a problem. That's okay. Just slightly, see that, just drifted away, and he cut it. He basically came across the line of the ball. I think he's in big trouble. Big trouble. Hit him on the back leg. Beautifully bowled. I reckon it's pitched middle and hit the top of middle.
He's just playing from slip towards mid-on there. Anxious faces on the Australian balcony.
You can always tell by the batsman because he's not even getting a drink. Looks like he's thinking, yeah, I know it's pretty close.
Hit. Point of impact is on off stump. Umpire's call, and the ball is going on to hit middle and off. So a good decision by umpire Ravi. And there's confirmation of the fact that Peter Neville has gone. He'll be sick about that because we've got that drizzle around. Still not quite in the lead. And at last, in his 39th over, Dilruwan Pereira finally strikes for the first time. Steve Smith confirms umpire Ravi's decision. Peter Neville's vigil is at an end. Out for 14. It's 353 for 6.
Mitchell Starc is the new batsman. Australia losing wickets. Starc is a decent average. Someone batting at number 8 for a spearhead fast bowler. He's having a best of 99, average 24.5. Peter Neville completely done by Dilruwan Pereira. Was reviewing. He did go for the review. The question was he hitting outside the off stump? Impact was umpire's call, so there was no question. Always dangerous when you're given out or given not out to review. That's a very fine shot. That's a wonderful shot indeed. That's Mitch Marsh. Takes Australia to the lead. Great shot. That's his 50. Very well played. An important innings in the context of the match. Australia marginally ahead, and Mitch Marsh is 50 not out. He's taken. Is it? I think he is. Mitch Marsh disappointed. Rangana Herath strikes. His expressions told the story.
Looked as though this just stopped in the pitch a little bit, but Mitchell Marsh just flicking it to the onside. It's an excellent catch. Just playing back and just stopping and trying to stop his shot, and very good sharp catch off the face of the bat. Herath strikes again, and Mitchell Marsh has to go. He's made a very impressive 53, and the score's now 7 for 367. And that was quite unanimated dismissal. Nathan Lyon goes, bat pad, just a little inside edge onto the pad. Nathan Lyon basically walked.
They're checking the front foot. That should be all right. It should be really fine. It's very rarely that a spinner oversteps the line. Very simple catch to the man at short leg. Inside edge onto the pad. Thank you very much. Forward short leg. He's surprised as well. Forward short leg doesn't believe it. It looked so simple.
We're all a bit shocked. 8 for 376.
Well, second time lucky for Rangana Herath. Almost a carbon copy of the ball before. This time he hits the top of the off stump. It's his 25th 5-wicket haul in Test match cricket and his 5th against Australia. Sharing the mark now with Mutai Muralitharan for 5 5-wicket hauls against the men with the baggy greens.
Brilliant stuff. Look at that, tossed up, slow through the air.
Australia's number 11, John Holland, in his second test, making his way out to the middle. Still to over his account at the highest level.
Not dismissed either. 5th wicket for Herath. Biting that drive. Just managing to clip the off bail.
That's 65 wickets at this ground in Test match cricket for Rangana Herath. Only Chaminda Vass with 80 and Mutai Muralitharan with 166 have taken more here, and it's his 7th 5-wicket haul in the last 8 tests he's played here at SSC.
With 1 wicket to go, Sri Lanka probably will have to start thinking of who's going to open the innings.
It's the end of the over, a successful one for Herath, 377 for 9. This match really beautifully poised. 2 days to go after this. Is that out? Yes, it is. That's a really good catch by Angelo Matthews in the end, because he was going one way and had to stop himself. The outside edge came, it just deflected off the keeper's gloves. Holland goes after scoring his first run in Test match cricket, and Australia are all out for 379. It's a lead of 24 and Rangana Herath has 6.
Ideal bowling, just tossed up outside the line of the stump so that Holland has to reach for it. And why Matthews had to change direction was because Kaushal Pereira got his gloves to it initially.
So here's the Australian first innings then, now done and dusted. They began the day at 141 for 1. Shaun Marsh and Steve Smith, they added 246 for the second wicket. And Australia, remember, at one stage were 267 for 1. So a little bit of a decline after that. Really good innings from Mitch Marsh, 53 for him. But Rangana Herath in the end was the man who held all the aces.
Yeah, crucial 53 too, giving them the lead. Dilruwan Pereira not at his best. 2 for 129 for him, but Rangana Herath, the standout. Lakmal picking up the wicket of Shaun Marsh just to give the Sri Lankans an opportunity to make inroads.
Here we are then, at the fag end of day 3. And Sri Lanka with a deficit of 24 to overcome. We'll wait for confirmation of just how many overs they've got to receive this evening. It'll be 5, we understand. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, it'll be the start of that Sri Lankan second innings. With Karanaratne, and with him, as we suggested a little earlier, a night watchman coming in for these last handful of overs, Dilruwan Perera.
I'm not so sure it's looked at as a night watchman. Sri Lanka have gone through their options. Kaushal Perera has kept for a long time. Dhananjaya de Silva is the other option, but just coming off his maiden test 100. Dilruwan Perera, though, has opened in first-class cricket. He was picked as an opening batsman in the shorter form. Initially made the international grade as an opening batsman who could go hard at the bowling. So it's more a positive decision from the Sri Lankans' point of view to trust Dilruwan Perera and his instincts. He's on strike.
And he's off the mark straight away. Just opening the face, steering it backward of square on the offside for 4. Lovely beginning.
It's going to be a testing time. Ideal moment for Mitchell Starc to bend his back. The 3-over spell. Even a wicket would put Australia way on top. Send a message to the Sri Lankans. Sri Lankans are going to be tested in this innings.
Oh, big shout for LBW. Fingers gone up. And yet another single figure opening stand for Sri Lanka in this series. 6-6, 0-5-2, and now 8. Perera goes. The experiment with him at the top of the order hasn't worked.
That swung back. We haven't seen the ball swinging that much. There was no shot offered. Of course, it was outside the line of off stump, but there was no shot offered. That was actually a straight ball, in fact. He's expected it to go with the angle as the previous deliveries, but not so. Dilruwan Perera, after hitting 2 boundaries, is out. It's 8 for 1.
Starc ran the wicket for the last ball of the day.
Short leg comes in too. Watch your toes.
Full in length and squeezed backward of square on the offside for 4. Nice way for Sri Lanka to end the day. They've lost a wicket in their second innings, but now they trail by just 2.
He was thinking the same. Watch your toes, or the full wide one, which has been getting him out. Angling the face of the bat. So job done for the Sri Lankans for the moment. Karanaratne and Silva fighting it out there. A lot of work for Holland to do. Looks like it'll tease him all the way. Yes, it does.
Another excellent shot, just over pitching Nathan Lyon. The ball drifting into left-hander's leg stump, but it's very full, so there's no real risk in whipping the ball through that area of the ground. Such a full delivery.
All well bowled. Alongside me, Brendan Julian. Good morning, Brendan.
Morning, Brian, to all of our viewers as well. Good morning. Really well bowled from Nathan Lyon. Just got to get more of those in the right area.
I think we've got a review here as well. We have indeed a review for a stumping. Peter Neville whipping the bails off. Just seeing if Karanaratne just lifted his back foot.
You don't lose your review, they're just appealed, right? The umpire just wants to check it.
Well, what do we think about that?
Well, that's out, isn't it? Or is it dead ball? I think that's out, isn't it? I reckon that's out.
Richard Kettleborough is the man to make the decision, and what's he decided? It's out. Goodness me, out of absolutely nothing. Great work from Peter Neville. And Karunaratne goes.
Well, that's just game awareness. Well done to Pete Neville. Nathan Lyon will be pretty happy as well. That's a wicket for him. But just careless batting there from Karunaratne. It's his highest score in the series, and he was looking quite solid. But to get out like that, not even looking behind.
Well. Never rains, but it pours. Miserable series for Karunaratne. Comes to an end with the bat. Out for 22. Sri Lanka lose their first of the day. 44 for 2. Shout for LBW. Oh, the finger goes up. Chris Gaffney says that's out. And straight away, Silva says, we'll have a review, please.
Well, this was turning a lot and it was bouncing a lot. Oh, it felt it was worth a review, no doubt about that. It was a good shout from the Australians. So it was given out. So all it's got to do is touch anything of the stumps and it will be out, but I felt it was turning and bouncing a lot.
Hit him well above the roll of the pad, but he's a small man. It is turning a long way as well. Richard Kettleborough is going to make sure, third umpire, there's no inside edge there. Possible to tell there really from side on with David Warner in the way. I don't think there's any inside edge there. Point of impact in line with the stumps. And it's missing. Oh, goodness me.
Well, I always felt that could have been the only thing to save him. And it's a change in decision, and the Australians will be bitterly disappointed.
He's middled that one. No top edge on that occasion. Brings up the Sri Lankan 50. And as you say, Brendan, that's going to be the way to go. Get the brooms out, have a sweep.
Yeah, like I agree with that. Good batting. Because at the moment, Sri Lanka, it's all about getting runs. Not trying to think, you know, conserve your wicket. It's about scoring.
Change of angle for him now, round the wicket, Holland. Oh, is that off the glove? Big appeal for a catch. Are they going to review? Yes, they are. Straight away, they're convinced there was some glove or bat involved, and Steve Smith says, yes, we'll go upstairs.
Yeah, they're confident, were they, the Australians? But I think Sri Lankans are pretty happy with it as well. Not easy for the umpire. A lot of bat, glove, pad, ball going up. I don't think there's any bat in that.
And remember as well, of course, this was given not out. Trying to see if the seam changes. Goodness me. There's enough doubt, perhaps you would say there, to say we'll stick with the on-field decision. Remember, there has to be conclusive evidence. What's Richard Kettleborough said? It's out. It's out. Richard Kettleborough thinking there was sufficient evidence to overturn the original not-out decision. A disappointment for Sri Lanka. Kushal Pereira goes. Time for a drink for everyone. Pereira out for 24. Sri Lanka 69 for 3.
Crack, no one in the deep. Goes all the way. That's the way to do it, says Kusal Mendes. Stay positive. It's 78 for 3. It's going to take a lot of digging deep, handling these conditions, the situations, playing good options in the sense, the moment you get an opportunity to try and put pressure on the bowler, understanding that the ball will spin, bounce, beat you, hit you. Oh, nice. Very nicely played by Kaushal Silva. They're ticking along nicely. Tossed up just a bit by Nathan Lyon, and he was onto it. Very good batting.
He got to the pitch. That's what he did very well. And then just drove it beautifully. Very little risk in that shot once you got to the pitch of the ball and covered the turn.
Oh, a long on. That's 6. Positive hit by Kusal Mendis. Superb batting. It's 98 for 3.
Shout. Given. That's what they wanted, Australia. Big one for Mitchell Starc. His first over back. It was full. And Mendes is thinking, no, I'm not going to review that. So that is a big wicket for Australia. That'll give them a bit of a lift heading into the lunch break.
Pitching and straightening and just moving across his stumps. That's where he feels is probably going down the leg. But unfortunately, he'd moved across too far. And get the feeling, unless he's caught an inside edge there, that's canning into middle and leg stumps. So he has to go. Mendes has made 18 and the score 4 for 98.
Nathan Lyon back into the attack. Replacing Mitchell Starc. Just a forward short leg in position, no slip. Oh, and Matthews sweeps uppishly. The man just in front of the square leg umpire, that's Steve Smith. Goodness me. Tremendous effort to try and get a hand on it. Let's have a look how close he was to actually catching it.
Yeah, it would have been a great catch. He was airborne, going for it. Oh, it was nowhere close, but it would have been an outstanding catch had that been taken.
Too short, smashed away, just dragged down from Holland. And Angelo Matthews just dispatching it. That hurts. Another short one, this one through the offside. They'll end up with 3. And more importantly, Silva brings up his 50.
One of the better 50s for Kaushal Silva. Resilience. That's the name of the game, and that's what you like to see. Well, just a number for you. Sri Lanka lead by 132. The highest successful 4th innings chase by a visiting side at the SSC is 131.
This could be out. It is, yes. Top edge, the sweep shot. It works this time for Nathan Lyon. And that was a desperate wicket for Australia and a much needed one.
For the second time in the test match, Angelo Matthews playing that sweep shot, which relieves a lot of pressure, which gives him lots of runs. Not this occasion. Top edge. Peter Neville knew nothing about it, but luckily Steve Smith knew exactly where it was. Sri Lanka skipper. He's gone for 26. It's 156 for 5.
Well, that's really super stuff. Wonderful footwork to get to the pitch. The gap and extra cover was there, and Silva's found it. End of the over. 7 runs from it. Sri Lanka continue to build their lead. It's 169 for 5.
Oh, is there something on that? They look pretty confident, the Australians. Now, that could be out of desperation, though. Good effort there from David Warner at short leg. Diving way to his right. Have a look at the replay. No. Didn't look like anything. Unless there was a sound that we couldn't see or hear.
Oh, nice, Gaz.
Sound is the word.
Look out. Oh.
Good effort by David Warner. Smith. David Warner thought he had his man. Doesn't think so.
If he hits him, it could be out. Misses. Did it bounce over the top? There wasn't too much in it. It was some good work from Mitch Marsh.
Chandimal started late. I thought Kaushal Silva just ran as he played it. Look at Kaushal Silva, he's off. And Chandimal was slow to react. Look at Chandimal stretching, struggling. At that hit, he was not in the frame. It was well short.
Oh, annoying too, but it was pretty well played. I just wonder if that injury's helped him. Curtail his game, he's been a bit more watchful, hasn't been going so hard at the ball. Nice soft hands. 74 not out.
Yeah, that's a sign. He didn't go hard at it, just very soft. Waited for the ball. You could see that just waiting for the ball, just steering it. A slightly open face. Stark could only grin.
Yeah, happens to him. Big lefty. Pace and the bounce, and the batsmen often just use his pace to their benefit. End of the over, 181 for 5. Too short. Smacked away through mid-wicket.
Kaushal Silva in full flow. He's making full use of some loose deliveries from John Holland. Very good boundary. That was far too short. Fired in quick.
Nicely played. Chandimal controls that one through the gap. Sri Lanka start the scoring with a boundary after tea.
It's just dragged down a little bit there from Josh Hazlewood. Chandimal, after a first innings heroics, there's a good shot. No man down at third man for the Australians, and just basically hit the gap and it ran away.
Silva on 99. Full toss. Silva gets his 100. It'll go for 4. It's his third Test 100, his second here in Sri Lanka, his first against Australia. And the ground, as one, rises to Kaushal Silva, a man who had not even made double figures in this series in 5 innings prior to this. He's got a damaged left hand, and he's come to the party just when Sri Lanka needed him. It's 242 for 5.
And another youngster sort of stepping up for Sri Lanka. Those are great signs. We've seen it throughout the series, where individual batsmen have stood up. That'll race away. And it'll be a long chase for Hazlewood, and he won't get that.
Big shout for LBW. Did it pitch in line? I suspect it pitched outside leg, but Steve Smith has decided he wants to go upstairs.
Yeah, I thought he might review this. The only question would be, you're right, Brian, did it pitch outside leg stump? But I actually thought it wasn't a bad shout. It kicked on definitely. Hit the sort of leather of the ball, or what's left of the leather on the ball. Oh, that'll be the only question. Did it pitch outside leg?
Remember, at the end of this over, they'll get 2 reviews back anyway. Oh, it's pitched in line. Well, well, well. It's out. Oh, what a good review by Australia. Good decision by Steve Smith to go upstairs, and Nathan Lyon's about to get a very pleasant surprise here. Yes, there we are.
Quite amazing, really. He's had a couple knocked back, Nathan Lyon, and that'll be a quiet surprise. It actually kicked on a little bit quicker, so that will be a big surprise for Chandimal, and a big surprise for the Australians as well. The Sri Lankan lead 222 with 4 wickets in hand. There you go. Thank you very much. disappointment for Chandimal, who'll be very surprised. 43 from 98. A very good partnership with Silva. 246 for 6.
John Holland. Edged. And yes, I think Steve Smith has caught that. Indeed he has. John Holland strikes. And Kaushal Silva's wonderful innings comes to an end. He gets a pat on the head from his batting partner. A third Test 100 for him. But Holland is the man who's removed him.
There's not a lot you can do about it. He's played that well. Got to hope the ball turns and bounces past that outside edge. He doesn't feel for it. That's why a bowler needs to be patient. Just stay there until something gives. But take a bow, Kaushal Silva, under fire for every reason. Under fire for his performances in the series. He's answered his critics in style. A brave knock. Gone for 115. It's 276 for 7.
New ball due after 80 overs. Too short from Nathan Lyon. And he knows it. Kicks the turf in frustration. And Herath off the mark for the boundary.
The field being set for the sweep shot and the reverse sweep. You have only 9 fielders to play around with.
Beautiful shot from Dhananjaya de Silva. Use of the feet, hitting against the spin. That first innings century, well, that's given him an absolute bucket load of confidence, hasn't it?
Oh, beautifully picked up. It's as if though he knows exactly where the ball will turn from, will not.
And the next ball is short and pulled away for 4 more.
Creating the length for the second delivery.
That's run fine. It might have flicked the pad, in which case the batsman not necessarily attempting a shot. No, it's avoided the pad and it's gone for buys. 4 buys. Thought it had just flicked the thigh pad. Umpire Gaffney said no.
Starting a little too straight. And Peter Neville blinded by the batsman.
It looks as though it's come straight out of the rough. No, there's no outside edge.
Herath's not walking towards the dressing room. He's walking towards his partner. Oh, he wants the long route back. Straight out of the rough. Little nick probably.
Yeah, that was my first impression, that he hadn't actually got an outside edge there, and it had just come out of the rough. 6th catch of the match for Steve Smith. It's given out by Chris Gaffney.
Herath trudging off. Sri Lanka have lost their 8th wicket. Herath's gone for 5, 297 for 8. On the first day, 2.37. On the second day, 2.99. This is when batsmen were scoring hundreds. And the game was moving slower because partnerships were building. Third day, 2.98. So it's around that 3 mark. Today, because Sri Lanka, they've gone upstairs. Yes, umpire Gaffney has just signaled that they want to have a look at that one. That was delayed.
Yeah, let's see if there was a little tickle on this down the leg side. It's a very muted appeal. It's actually for hit wicket, this appeal.
And that makes sense because umpire Gaffney from square leg is the one who signaled that he wants to have a look at this.
That was clearly off the thigh pad.
So he did knock the bails off, but he had completed his shot. That's how it's looked at. He was just practicing a shot when he knocked the stump, so it was not in the act of playing the shot. And make changes to whatever that happens out there. And the same equipment is used right throughout the test match. It's nominated to the match officials. 50. 100 in the first innings. Backs it up with a half century. Dhananjaya de Silva.
Outstanding performance from that young man. Batted quite superb in the first innings, and if anything, he's batted better in the second innings. He's 50 coming off just 60 balls faced. 8 boundaries, strike rate of 83. Brilliant work from that young man.
Clubbed into the gap. Dhananjaya de Silva is showing a different side to his game. There are fielders in the deep, but he's finding the gaps with ease.
Another fine shot. Ball just banged in short and equal to the task. No chance for the fielders in the deep. They're all in the deep, but still finding the gaps with ease.
Matthews has enough. Calling them in case another full one slips through. 347 for 8, the Sri Lankans. It's been a strong batting performance. Contributions from everyone, led by Kaushal Silva. Finished by Dhananjaya de Silva. 65 of 74 balls. He's batted really well. And that'll leave Australia 324 to score.
A very impressive batting card there. Silva at the top. Brilliant 100 after a tough couple of first test matches. Did the job in this innings. Good contributions throughout that order. Chandimal was very, very good in partnership as well with Silva. And then De Silva, 65 of just 74 balls faced. A good partnership of 50 with Lakmal. 8 for 347 and a fantastic lead of 323.
8 bowlers used. Mitchell Starc again the most impressive of the Australian bowlers. 2 for 72. Lyon picking up 4 and Holland 2 as well. But all the bowlers made to toil and work hard. Sri Lanka 355, Australia 379. Sri Lanka have just declared at 347 for 8. Leaving Australia 324 runs to win or a minimum of 83 overs to negotiate.
Sean Marsh at the crease. Of course, century in the first innings, his 4th in Test match cricket. Terrific effort it was too, coming in for his first match of the series. And at the other end, David Warner. Now, depending on whether you view the glass as half empty or half full, he's due. Just 95 runs in the series so far. And I'm sure the Sri Lankans will be conscious of the threat that Warner poses, and Australia will be conscious of the threat that this man poses, Rangana Herath. He's been brilliant in the series. 6 for 81 in the first innings. Player of the match in the good contender rather to be player of the series, you would reckon. 21 wickets so far. Can he add to that today?
He was bowling on one leg in the first innings, Brian. But I believe he's much fitter in the second innings. That's good news for Sri Lanka. Spoke to him about that injury and how he struggled. He's talking about the pain. Now that's the first runs for Australia. Talking about the pain that he had just getting to the wicket. Just couldn't run in. That was how difficult it was in the first innings. But he seemed to be moving much more easily in the second.
Just struck in the groin area. The delivery by Josh Hazlewood in the first innings.
Good use of the feet. Moishwood not rushed from David Warner, but he spent some time out there. Incredible. when you start defending a bit, how it helps you gain confidence and your bearings out there. Edge just short. 27 for no loss. Changing the bowling. Herath's been given a break after 4 overs. Dhananjaya de Silva. Around the wicket he comes. Well, go pick that one up. Where's it gone? Into the stands.
Well, that's taken 8 overs. In the first innings, it was the first ball of the innings. Yeah, he'll take those on offer.
That's the second one he's got this innings. Oh, dropped. Now, did he scoop that up or was it off the grounds?
I don't know, but it was a good effort. We'll have a look at the replay of it. It's a wonderful effort there at short leg. Kaushal Mendes has been very, very good right throughout this whole Test series. We'll have a quick look at it here. No, into the ground.
Not that time. That's hit well. Outside leg stump. Yes, he was inviting the sweep. Shaun Marsh. He's up to that one. Cracks that. 50 up for Australia.
Again, good batting from Australia this morning. Very well hit from Shaun Marsh. I think Shaun Marsh and probably Adam Voges are the 2 batsmen in the top 5 that sweep a lot. He's hit that really well, though. Got his pad in line with the ball. And it makes a big difference too. The Australian batsmen sweep, and they sweep well. Leads the pressure.
Big shot for LBW. Did it pitch in line with leg stump? Are we going to have another review here? 2 and 2 balls, perhaps. Angelo Matthews asking Pereira, did it pitch in line? Pereira says yes. So we're going upstairs again.
Well, this is tighter. This is tighter. It's probably down to the pitch map. I think the ball's probably hitting the stumps. It's whether it's pitched outside the leg stump. Fair delivery.
I think David Warner realised he was in a little bit of trouble because he made a frantic move at the very last minute to try and play it. But by that stage, the ball had cannoned into his front pad. Let's have a look at ball tracking. Where does this pitch? Oh, it's outside leg stump. He's okay.
Both reviews gone. And we're in the 17th over. So they probably won't get any reviews back. This game will go one or the other.
Oh, it's a great catch. That'll make lunch taste better for the Sri Lankans. Fantastic grab, because that ball flew and it was taken on the rebound. It was knocked up, and I think that will be the interval. And Sri Lanka will go in very happy indeed, although have Australia decided for a review? No, we're going to check for a clean catch, as I understand it, to ensure the ball didn't hit the helmet.
Okay, well that's an interesting one. I don't think Shaun Marsh, no problem with the front foot, so if it hits the helmet, that's a not out, is it?
Dead ball. Mendes at short leg knocks it up, and that looks out to me. What an absolutely stupendous catch that is. He was coming forward and had to somehow twist his body. There's confirmation. The dreaded digit goes up. Shaun Marsh strolls off, frustrated I'm sure, out for 23. That'll be the lunch break. Australia 77 for 1.
Gets off the mark, gets it behind square leg. The sweep shot put to good effect. 81 for 1.
Might need to play at it.
Just to the left of the man at mid-on. That's the 50 for David Warner. Hitting against the turn, there was an element of risk, but in the end, managing to get the middle of the bat.
Well, it's a good 50. It's his highest score in this Test series, and I cannot believe he played that shot. That was very quick use of the feet. It was very lucky, though. I just wonder what Stephen Smith said to him. Yeah, well done, mate. But down the wicket, hitting it in the air against the spin.
Short and wide, and that's going to get runs down towards the point boundary. Should go all the way. That's a teasing one. Always had the fielder interested.
Yeah, just too short and too wide, especially coming over the wicket. And it was an easy one for Warner, but he's still got to put it away. He's played that shot really well. One of the variations that he's had, David Warner, has been able to get forward and back in his crease for that shot. He's played it really, really well today.
Asking the question, that is very close. They don't have reviews, don't forget, but that was very close. 100 for 1. Oh, bowled him! That's a big wicket. Steve Smith. It's the 5th time he's been dismissed by Rangana Herath. Looking to play the cut. Done. The Australian captain goes.
Wrong length for Stephen Smith, and he knows it. It was the undercutter, the one that hits the leather, kicks on and goes a little bit quicker. He was short and back, and the ball really, he may have thought of to come forward at the end, but Rangana Herath has been patient with his bowling, deceptive with his pace and with his line, and this time he gets the Australian captain Stephen Smith gone for 8. Australia, they've lost 2 now. So that brings Adam Voges to the crease. He'll need all his experience today, even though he's got a very good average. It's a big moment for Adam Voges in this series as well. Hit about 3/4 way up the off stump. That gives you an indication that the length was quite full. Just laid it on it to skid it on, and I think Stephen Smith knew it straight away. As soon as he went back and across, he went, I'm in trouble. That's why he was kicking himself there, walking off. Now it's Adam Voges to the crease. Top score 47 in this series. And we've seen it so many times in this series where a partnership forms and then bang, a wicket goes and then they lose another quick one. Down the wicket early and off the mark, Voges. That's what he wants to do. This is the LBW shout at the other end. Look at that, pitching around about leg stump. Umpire's call.
Well, reviews always can help, but I think it's a responsibility of the on-field umpires, isn't it? Asking the question. Gone! That's another one. He's got 2 in the over. Voges walks away. That's a big one. He's disappointed. Rangana Herath has suddenly got the Sri Lankans interested and alive.
Played the long 9. Adam Voges just played outside it. It pitched and went straight. And it was a good decision. And I think Adam Voges looked at David Warner and went, what do you think? And he went, no, it's out. The only way he would have done it if he may have got an inside edge on it, but just played outside it and he's shaking his head. He knows it. So Adam Voges on his way. Australia lose their 3rd wicket now.
Very effective. Extremely effective. Playing it with the turn.
Well, we saw a lot of the Sri Lankan batsmen playing that shot as well. And he plays it so well, David Warner. We've seen him play it in all forms of cricket.
reverse sweep becomes such an important shot. That's the length he needs to bowl. It's been a little bit short. But Onrix in the first innings, done by Rangana Herath. Pushing forward, just got dragged out of the crease. And bowled him behind his legs. That's a massive wicket for Sri Lanka. Just padded up inside the line of the ball. It just spun back and he's bowled him behind his legs.
Well, he was thinking about covering the off stump maybe and the leg stump. And that one there from Pereira, beautifully bowled. It just drifted away from the pad, just ever so slightly. And Davey Warner, well, he's tried to cover the middle and off stump and it's just snuck in behind. It's beautifully bowled. And Australia are in big trouble now. Warner goes for 68, 114 for 4.
Goodness me. We're going to go upstairs to see if that's a run out.
It was a long way down. And you could see him running at Dilruwan Pereira even before he'd let the ball go.
We saw Moses Henrique smiling before that delivery. Let's see if he's smiling now. Goodness me, it doesn't get any closer than that, Russ, does it?
We need to see when the bail comes off, when the bail is dislodged. Now, if it's already happened, he could be shot there. There's nothing behind the line.
Without saying, a run out is the last thing Australia need.
One more frame. Well, on that, there's nothing behind the line, Brian. The bail already dislodged.
Out is the call. Matthews loves it. Why wouldn't he?
How the game changes. Can change very, very fast if you're not careful. Onrix for 4, 115 for 5.
It's a lovely shot from Mitchell Marsh. Rocking onto the back foot.
Rare loose ball. Not getting away bowling that length. You mentioned the day-night test match that Peter Neville had played. Out here in Sri Lanka, they're going to experiment the possibility of playing day-night cricket. Domestic season, the first-class season at the end of the year.
Oh, that's terrific. Bat ringing like a church bell there. That made a lovely sound and it raced to the fence.
Power. Get right down on it. Got low. One of the few positives for Australia on this tour, I would say, Mitch Marsh. He's grown in confidence right throughout the test series. Got a lot of maturity and control in spinning conditions in his innings, in the first innings.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Oh, it's out. Little outside edge. 2 boundaries for Marsh. He was winning the battle, but Herath has won the war.
Herath gives it a little stare. 2 boundaries. I got you, he says. The look says it all. Slowed it down. Got the ball to dip on Mitch Marsh. This is brilliant bowling from Rangana Herath. Bit of explosion from the pitch. Turn and bounce, and the birthday boy, make sure he hangs on to it. There we go. The stare. You rarely get that from Herath. He means business. Marsh for 9. Australia in trouble. 123 for 6.
Oh, it's dropped. I think there was a little bit of bat involved there.
Was celebrating too soon, the skipper. Beautifully bowled. Don't get anything easier than that, though.
That previous delivery exploded off the surface again, actually just flicked the back of the bat.
They're getting it into the rough, Dilruwan Pereira. Earlier in the innings, he was slightly fuller, hence closer to the batsman, and he was able to negotiate it. Now he seems to have found that length.
Round arm and big turn. Brilliant glove work as well from the birthday boy. It's a good shot, hitting with the spin. Good way to end the over for Mitchell Starc. His first boundary, it's 129 for 6. Oh, that's a thumping blow. Right out of the middle, it's gone for 6, hitting with the spin once again.
Very predictable. He's a strong man, can hit that ball, Mitch Starc. 72 Ks, very slow through the air. Change of angle.
Round the wicket. Oh, and it's a very difficult chance for Angelo Matthews. He got a hand to that. And I think that will probably go down as 4.
Kaushal Silva giving chase. Doesn't want to miss the action, Kaushal Silva. It's an exciting time of the game for the Sri Lankans.
One thing you'd have to say is that the Sri Lankan public seems to have taken their national cricket team very much to their hearts. They're in love with this side. You can understand why.
Well, they're responding very well. They love the game of cricket. They were waiting for this kind of a situation, rebuilding the team, having confidence in the youngsters. The people are really following this new team, new blood. They're really looking up to new chaps, and they're playing very well. So you can see the crowd participation. We had little over 6,000 for the 2.5 to 3 days in Kandy, Pale, and then we had little over 15,000, I think, over the period of 2.5 days at Galle, and here today itself it's 9,000. So 5 days, I think. 8
out. Matthews, well, he's missed a couple at slip in quick succession, but he's taken that one off the top edge. Neville attempting the sweep shot. That's 10 for the match for Herath, and it's his 25th wicket of the series. It's the 6th time he's achieved a 10 for in Test match cricket. Wonderful stuff, and you just suspect the end isn't too far away now. Little top edge sweep shot, easy as you like for Matthews. Throws the ball high in the air. Herath, the wrecker-in-chief, yet again. Neville goes out for 2. It's 140 for 7. Oh, that's right off the middle of the bat from Lyon. That's his favourite shot, and you can see why. Let's quieten the crowd down a little bit. Not for long, I'm sure. Langa Sumatapala, president of Sri Lanka Cricket, still alongside me. Shout for LBW. Not out. Remember, Sri Lanka have used all their reviews. Still, Mitchell Starc has that problem with the back of his helmet. We'll just have a look at that replay. It's turning a little bit too much, according to umpire Ravi. That's gone straight up in the air. Everyone's trying to get under it. Kaushal Pereira does in the end. He's gone down, takes the catch, and the 8th wicket goes down. 11 now for Rangana Herath in the match. Goodness me, it looked as though there was going to be a horrendous collision for a while, but Pereira had the gloves, he wanted it, and he got it. Big top edge. Mitchell Starc succeeding with the slog sweep earlier in his innings. Karunaratne just pulling out in the nick of time. Kaushal Pereira takes the catch. Rangana Herath takes the wicket. And Mitchell Starc is on his way. Out for 23. Australia 157 for 8.
A lot of bowlers, when they slow it up, are unable to get it across. It tends to fall short of a good length and that pace of the pitch. Batsmen get on the back foot. But Herath, his trajectory is different. He's a short guy. And manages to get it into good areas. Taller bowlers, when they go slightly higher and it's slow, batsmen are able to pounce on it. So his height actually works in his favour. Get it across.
That's how we got out in the first innings. Bowled, driving the ball through that cover region. Bit of an appeal here, though.
Was quick to get the bails off, Kaushal Pereira. He's been brilliant behind the stumps. Umpire Gaffney has gone up to have a look at the stumping. But the field is square of the wicket, very confident. Drawn to the drive the moment he goes in the air. Foot. Yep, he's got another one. He's not come back enough. Nothing behind the crease.
Nothing at all. Get back. Going to get a rude shock here. He's going to get a rude shock here, Josh Hazlewood. He's on his way.
Couple of a little flatter, and then he tosses one up wider. Yep, 9 down Australia. Rangana Herath picks up another 6 for 12 in the match. And his series tally now 27. Starc had taken 11 for 94 as best figures in a Sri Lanka-Australia test match. Now Herath has 12 wickets. Brilliant stuff. The Sri Lankans chipping away, closing in on another big win. They're loving it in the crowds. They're dancing in the aisles. Josh Hazlewood easily drawn into the drive. Couldn't get back. He's gone for naught. 159 for 9.
Outside the line.
...164 runs, 163 runs away Australia at this time. And the first 2 tests were won by big margins as well. Sri Lanka winning by 106 and 229 runs. Another big win.
Yeah, it's been a caning against Australia in this series. And to be honest, they haven't even got close. Just 2 centurions for Australia, 4 for Sri Lanka. It's the big wicket takers from Herath has been a difference.
But the opportunities were there. After bowling Sri Lanka out for 117 in Kandy, they couldn't drive it home. Had Sri Lanka 26 for 5 here at the SSC. Couldn't get through. Battered themselves to 267 for 1 and lost their way once again. 160 for 9.
The hero of the day and really the hero of the series, Rangana Herath. That's a close shot. It's given. That's it. It's all over. Sri Lanka win this series.
Right in front. His favourite sweep shot. He's asked for the review, Nathan Lyon, but the Sri Lankans are celebrating. Herath around the wicket, usually pitches in line and straightens it down. He's a short fellow, never been getting any bounce. And if it's clipping, Nathan Lyon's gone.
Well, it pitched in front, there's no doubt about that. If anything, did it turn too much? But I don't think it did. I think it just went straight on like he's done so many times. And the undercutter, pitching in line, that's hitting middle. Test series win. 13 wickets for Herath in this series. Sorry, in this test match.
28 in the series. Australia started off strong. Shaun Marsh and David Warner put on 77 runs, and they were going at a quick tick as well, around 4 runs and over. But then Dilruwan Pereira got one to spin and bounce. Marsh was dismissed, and after that it was a possession. Australia losing all the wickets from that time for 83 runs. No partnerships at all. 77 right at the top, and then back-to-back wickets, which made Sri Lanka believe, made Sri Lanka go on their way. The 3 bowlers used. Rangana Herath, 7 for 64. Dilruwan Pereira bowling unchanged. Great support work, 2 for 71. The third test match. Sri Lanka in trouble at 26 for 5. They recovered from there. Get to 355. Australia with 2 centurions had a lead of 24 when they were bowled out for 379. Another team effort got them to 347 for 8 for Sri Lanka to set a target of 324 for Australia to win in a minimum of 83 overs. And they just needed 44 overs to pick up the 10 wickets. Rangana Herath, the hero, 7 for 64. And there you have it. With another big win, a win by 163 runs, win the series 3-0.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports.